Hi there, I'm Lee, an Epicure independent consultant, and tonight we are going to make one of the meal solutions, and it is the tandoori chicken curry. So I'm hoping it's going to be super fast to do. I'm going to start off with, it says in a bowl, coat the pound of cube boneless, skinless chicken with this seasoning. So I've actually already cubed it because you didn't need to see me cut through that chicken to get it all cubed. What I will say is I'm going to give a little shout out to my mom, because when I was getting ready to make this recipe and looked up what I needed, I saw that I needed skinless, boneless chicken. And I remember that my mom had taught me that it's a little bit cheaper to make things with chicken thighs. So I ended up ordering chicken thighs this time around, and definitely helped out. So props to all the moms or dads out there who are teaching their kids how to cook. I think it's so important. In my spare time, I actually volunteer with Girl Guides. And back when we were meeting in person before the pandemic, I know that cooking was always one of their favorite things to do. I think it's so interesting how kids can really get into cooking, and I think it's a really great tool and skill to have for life. So anyway, so I've got it all mixed up there, and it really coated nicely on these chicken thighs. And also today I tried something new. I used the Epicure prep scissors, and that they had suggested you could cut up the thighs or the chicken breast with these scissors, and it went really well. I normally work on cutting through with a knife, but that is a great option. So I tried that out, and I think I'll do it again on a future recipe. Anyway, so it says to preheat the oven, or to preheat a pan here. I've got a frying pan with about, it says 2 tablespoons of oil. So just turn down the heat a little bit. I've got some oil here to get it going. There's 1, 2 tablespoons. That's perfect. I'm almost out of that bottle now, which is great. So I'm preheating the saute pan over medium-high heat. And then what I'm going to do is add in the chicken and stir fry until it is cooked. So pretty much, it's definitely, I've got a faster oven, so that's really nice that the cooktop goes so fast to warm up there. Okay, perfect. So I'll just get those going. I've never tried this Epicure one before. It's a new one that came in a packet, and I can already really smell there's paprika in it. So I'm gonna let that cook for a bit. I'm gonna turn up the heat now that the chicken's in, and we'll get those guys going. So the meal solutions are a really great option, because on the back of every one, they give you exactly the directions. So if you make the tandoori chicken curry, it makes 4 servings, or there's a tandoori chicken which makes 8 servings, and it gives exactly the directions and the ingredients. And I like it. The other things that you need to purchase for it are in bold, so it makes it super simple when you're making your shopping list. So tonight I'm going to make the tandoori chicken curry, and what I needed was the boneless, skinless chicken, 2 tablespoons of oil, which most people have in their house, a can of chickpeas. I also have some baby spinach, which was great because, again, we already had the baby spinach at our house, and this is actually going to let us just use up that last bit of spinach. And then also some plain yogurt. So I got some Greek yogurt this week for that, and a juice of lime. And that's it. Just a few more ingredients to go along with this recipe. So it's super simple. Some of them you probably already have at your house, and that is great. I actually think it's just going to be this part of cooking up the chicken. So this one, the recipe says the tandoori chicken curry you would do in the saute pan like I have here, or the tandoori chicken, you could do this in the oven And it says it will take about 15 to 18 minutes, depending on your oven, to cook that up. So once these get cooked, we are going to add in the other ingredients. So I have already done 1 can of chickpeas. I've just drained them in the sink super fast and rinsed them out there. And then I've got my 4 cups of spinach that I've also given a quick wash to. And then we're going to add in the plain yogurt and the juice of lime. So I'm going to show you while this is cooking up here, the lime and lemon juicer that I actually just got it in this weekend, that comes from Epicure. It is heavy duty. It's a nice and solid. It will fit both the lemon as well as the lime. And this just makes it a little faster to juice. Now, I've not had a juicer before like this. I've had kind of the old-fashioned ones that you turn, but I'm going to give this one a try. It says that you're going to get every last drop of the lime. So I've cut this one in half, and I'm just giving it a nice big push there. I'm going to lower it down because it's a little bit hard to do up in the air. This way I can get both hands going on it. So that's perfect. Oh wow. It definitely is getting it nice and flat. I would say that's probably as juiced as I've ever got a lime. And I'm just going to give this a stir. Really smelling the spices. I think this is going to be a spicy meal for my husband and I. Do like a little bit of spice. This may be more than I'm used to, as some of you may know. So I'm also going to then put in the second half of the lime there, because it said a whole lime for this, and give it a push. Oh wow, yeah, that is a lot easier. I know you're seeing me really push down there, but I can tell I'm getting way more out than I would normally if I was hand juicing that, and that was really fast too, actually. So again, it's like, that's the opposite side of it. So that's how much I've got out. And I've got a nice big cup of lime juice. Great. So everything now, and you know what, I'm not going to lie, my husband has already cooked some rice. So for us, we're going to have it over a bed of rice tonight. So that should be nice. Sorry about the clinging. Okay, I'm just gonna let it cook a little bit more. Okay, and well, I'm just gonna turn it down a bit now. I'm getting it too cooked. So, while that finishes up some of those, I am going to show you the next thing about this. So, the really nice thing about the Epicure ingredients, I said that it tells you exactly the instructions very fast. You can see what you need to buy. And then also it shows the ingredients that are in it. And I'll just give you I'm not sure if that's going to come in close enough, but I will read them to you. That might be a bit easier. So the first ingredients: paprika, spices, tamarind, beef, garlic, tomato powder, cayenne, mustard, salt. All things that, you know, we've heard of, that I can pronounce fairly easily. So you're never going to see in Epicure any preservatives or coloring, which I think is so great. Of course, as humans, we enjoy, you know, it helps to see some color when we're eating, and it just, you know, makes us more interested in our food. At the same time, I know that coloring is just not something we really need, in all honesty. And this one, because there's so much paprika in here and cayenne and the tomato, it is coming out with a really nice coloring. So you're not going to be disappointed, but it's all natural, which is great. So I will just let that finish up there. I'm going to try, let's see if we can get it angled there of it cooking up. So hopefully you can tell that that's got some nice color to it. Okay, so now that it's cooked up, we are going to add in the can of chickpeas that we've drained and rinsed. And I wish you could be here to smell this, because it has a nice smell to it, nice flavoring so far that I can tell just from smelling it. Okay. And then what are we going to add into that is the 4 cups of baby spinach. So I think we'll just let those kind of wilt down a bit. I'm just mixing it around. Now, if you've got somebody who's not a big fan of spinach, you know, obviously you could take that out entirely. You could shred it up a bit more finely if you wanted to, so it's not such a mouthful. Same with the spice. Like I said, I've not tried this one before, so I'll be curious myself. I can definitely smell some heat there. So if you like heat, I think this is going to be one that you're going to enjoy. But again, if you wanted to mix it up, you could, depending on the heat level, you could use half the packet, you know, and save it for another one. Now, I found this interesting because I'm just going to let that keep going there. But this one, the tandoori chicken, it says that it makes 4 servings versus the chicken curry, 4 servings versus the tandoori chicken, which makes 8 servings. So, and the difference is, you know, you've got double the amount of chicken in the tandoori chicken. So I'm assuming that we've actually picked the spicier one because we have half the amount of chicken at 1 pound in this versus 2 pounds in the other recipe. At the same time, we've added obviously a few more ingredients in this one, and the tandoori chicken, you weren't kind of adding in the chickpeas and the spinach. So, you know, I think it's, with spices, it's always kind of to your flavor and what you like. Okay, so let's just finish this up. So it says you're going to cook that for 2 minutes, which I feel like we got to just about there, yeah, based on the timing there. Now you're going to add in 1.5 cups of the plain yogurt. So, the plain yogurt as well as the lime juice. And we're going to remove this from the heat right now. So I'm going to take it off the heat. I had pre-done the lime juice for us, as you had seen. So I'm just going to add that in now because I'm going to show you this fancy cup here. It is from Epicure. Of course, you can measure it out on your own with your own cups, so that's no problem. But I realized today this comes with a silicone lid, and I've got that available. And the Greek yogurt, it was calling for 1.5 cups, and I see that they actually have 2 cups in here. So what I'm going to do is on the side of these Epicure ones, what's so handy is they've got the measuring components here, and I'm just going to scoop out, and I'm okay with it having some bit of lime in it because that might be nice for breakfast tomorrow. But I'm going to scoop out 1/2 cup and kind of do it in opposite direction because I'm going to know that if I get 1/2 cup here, if I get 1/2 cup here, then I know I've got about 1.5 cups in here. So I'm going to add that in. And then the nice thing is because it's got that measuring cup that right there, I can put the lid on and then have that in the fridge and then use it tomorrow morning for breakfast. Super nice because now I don't have to, you know, wash a measuring cup tonight. So I'll measure once, have it tomorrow, and it's going to cover 2 meals instead of having to wash a measuring cup tonight and then also wash the bowl tomorrow that I eat the yogurt out of. So I can tell, right, like the lime juice is just making it a nice flavor, and the creaminess of the Greek yogurt, which is one of my favorites. So that's it. Nice and simple. I think we're at about, if I'm reading this right, about 15 minutes there. And that's it. We're all done. So should be nice. And I hope you enjoy this. And if you get a chance to try it out, let me know what you think of it. And if you're into spices, or because this isn't something new to me, so it'll be interesting to see how I feel about it, but I have nothing to base it off of. So if you're out there and it's some spices is something you typically eat, it'd be nice to kind of hear from you if you find this to be on the spicier side or on the more mild side. And if you have any tricks, if you've already used it before, to either heat it up or tone it down a notch. Okay, hope you have a great night, and I hope you enjoyed this. Take care.